There it goes. All right. Jesus, sorry about that. I was having some mic problems here. All right, I got the mic going. That was a little bit of a struggle. No worries, though. We got it figured out. What's going on, y'all? Happy Monday. Oh, I bet everyone's super excited this morning, huh? Even over the weekend. Looky here. We're getting that follow through after breaking them low time frame 38,000 levels. Very nice chart building over here by Mama Bear. Doing what she should do. Only go up. No, I'm just kidding. But good morning, Mr. Lewis. How are you doing today? Let's see here. Very sexy price action over the weekend. We're getting that expected follow through. Sorry I missed y'all on Friday. I ended up going to the National Forest and camping with the boy over the weekend. So it is what it is. It wasn't anything really different than what we had talked about on Wednesday, just kind of looking for that follow through and that low time frame creep up. So very nice. And then we got it on the daily too. Let's see. It was on Saturday, I believe it was. Let's see. Oh, yes, it was on Saturday. Now, will we get the weekly is the big question now. Let me say now again. So this is the hold on, let's see. No, we got 37.5. So that's not quite there. But this does have a chance to do the weekly open and close above 38,000, which would be super sexy time. And obviously, this next resistance level is right above us. 42 is pretty good short-term resistance, but the real resistance doesn't come into about the mid-40s. Pretty much anywhere between like 44 and 48, with 48 being like equivalent to the 38 level. It's kind of weird, actually, now that I think about it. It's like the, excuse me, it was kind of around like 28-ish, and then the 38-ish, and then now 48. Above 48,000, if we get some weekly open and closes above there, that's like uber bullish mode. Bears can suck it, and that's pretty much euphoric mode, if we could call it that. Now, for me to label it that, we would need at least a few weeks of open and close above 48,000, so that is not happening anytime soon. That's probably going to be that minimum January, late January, February. If it did do it really fast, I mean, by beginning of January, I mean, this chart would look super crazy and very vertical. And we don't want it to get too vertical. We like building the chart up nicely. We don't want it to just go straight up in a, I guess, straight line. Duh. Anyway, but very beautiful price action here, just doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, yeah, some shout-outs to, I hate that they moved the notification tab over here. It's so stupid. Appreciate the follow, Nasty Blitz, and Nima Karab, and Mbor Quiz. Thanks for the follow. To me, and I think I already got Muhammad. Appreciate that, guys. Don't forget Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for the streams. And don't just lurk all the time, y'all. Put some stuff in the chat box, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right, so let's just kind of take a gander. If you notice, the altcoins are not really participating in this. There are a few. If it's based with ordinals, it is running hard, like STX and ordinals itself, which is the ORID ticker. That one has been running really hard. So those are getting a lot of love, but just average regular shit coins are not really doing anything. And that's not super surprising as Bitcoin kind of takes the stardom and limelight here as it's breaking out over 40K. Everyone's super excited, especially on Monday, the full trading day, even though it did happen technically yesterday. No one's really getting too much into charts in traditional world on Sunday, that's for sure. But this is a very nice price action, getting the follow through. I mean, it's very bullish until it's not. And I don't think anything is an issue until we lose 38,000 short term. So above 38K, this chart is super sexy. Remember, former resistance flips support, right? Now, we have not tested said support at 38,000. That will come in time. at some point. Right now, it's just getting excited and euphoric. I've gotten a lot of messages already from people. The euphoria is back. It's so funny because all right here, it was not present. I was not getting those messages. I'm sure y'all have had similar experiences, even all through this on this big candle. Everyone was kind of like the what is it? They're not believing the rally kind of thing. It's kind of like here. Hold on, let me pull this up because this is an important graph here. It's the market psychology chart, right? Y'all are familiar with it. Everybody knows it. Well, not everybody. I mean, most people. If you don't know it, you should know it. Let me try to find just like a good image of this biatch real quick. This is probably one of the most shared ones. We're going to pull it over here in a second. Here we go. This one right here. I'm sure everyone's familiar with this guy. So it was kind of like this disbelief section of this is a sucker's rally. This ain't real. Yeah, right. And so now finally, after it gets into 40K, we're getting into like, oh shit, this is badass. Okay, let's go. Let's party, Garth. And that's cool. That's awesome. Good. That will bring higher highs most likely. And let me go back over here and close those, clean it up. And let's see. Yeah, so that's good. It's just funny that it takes so long for people to like really get it. That's why TA is so important. So we talk about it all the time on the channel, especially longer term time frames. Most people ain't got no business day trading or even intra-week trading. But long terms, if you're investing, is what people would call it for long-term trading. Weekly charts, and once you start breaking the 21, it's sexy time. And remember, too, that structure always trumps any EMA. Yes, you can trade actually naked. They actually call it naked chart trading. And that's when you have literally just the candles on there. It works very well if you're very familiar with the Japanese candlesticks. Anyway, I digress a little bit. Let's jump on back over here to the futures. Nice little gap up. Got over the 38. About 44 is the resistance on the futures. So again, lining up with that mid 40s area, 44 to 48 is going to be a mega contention zone. And I would not expect Bitcoin to just blow past that. It's going to take some good chart building for that to happen. We've got GBDC coming up right up under this trend line. And if you see, this is a trend line that goes all the way back to the all-time high. And so this is going to be a little resistance here at the 333. It's all threes, so that's kind of funny. And I would like to see it get comfy above this trend line cross here. We've been looking at that 32 handle, and so now we're above it. Let's see if we can build this week all the way above 32. That would be sexy time. We do have another gap, though, too, so we are building some gaps. Everyone's getting real excited. Unicorn shirt, man, tapped almost 2,300. You'll know the 2,400 target is in play, especially after this daily open and close above 21 and change. Very sexy chart. Let's go to the weekly real quick. Oh, wait, I don't need this all big like that. What the hell? Very nice. Coming off of the historical vol too. Just want to make that a mention. It is directionless, but man, this is such an awesome indicator. And it's free, dude. You can't get much more value. It's pretty much creates the VIX on anything you can type into the ticker symbol box. So that's cool. Obviously, major resistance at 24, kind of akin to the mid 40 handle for Bitcoin. And after 24, y'all can see it's about 20, just shy of 28K. Whoa, shit, sorry, 2,800, 28,000 Ethereum. Oh my God, that would be crazy. Maybe one day. Although that would probably suck if, that's kind of the double-edged sword of crypto. If it goes up a lot and we're at these insane numbers, people think Bitcoin will go to 1 million or whatever, and if that did happen, how shitty would that be with inflation? How much are eggs then if Bitcoin's 1 million? So while you might want it to go to 1 million, you got to think about where else or what the market and where it's going to be relative to Bitcoin at that price, because eggs might be $12.50 or some shit, So anyway, moving on. Oh, Ethereum futures. What do we got? Yep, looks good above that same level, the mid kind of 2100 handle. Above that, I mean, it is sexy chart building here. It's bullish till it ain't. Let's actually go look at the monthlies real quick because those did officially close and we hadn't followed up on that. Love this girthy candle here. Zooming out to the monthly. Very nice. Got a little continuation. Nothing wrong with that. Sexy candle. Like it. Futures showing the same thing. Open and close above this red line here. Very good pivot point. As you can see, this has lots of touches off of this structure over here. So that's very sexy time. Let's go to ETH. ETH finally did get a nice green little candle. Look at that. And it's above the bodies. So ETH catching up. That was kind of a little bit of a concern last week we were looking at. It's like, man, come on. Why is Ethereum not getting a little sexy time on the monthly chart? Well, it's got it now. So very beautiful. Looks super good above 2,000 long term. Same shit as last week. And shorter term, you can ratchet that to that 2150 area. Litecoin Charlie. So again, to finish my thought on the dominance on Bitcoin and why altcoins are mostly flat for, across the board, like 90% of them are flat or down a little bit. And when Bitcoin starts to like break out of new ranges like it is now, everyone starts to get attracted to Bitcoin and wants to chase the tendies over there, even though kind of a little bit late-ish to the party, but whatever. So altcoins, everyone's kind of like, oh shit, I got to sell altcoins and go to Bitcoin. It's running so hard. Oh my God. But this, like we were talking about last week, this is where I'm going to start hunting for some altcoins. I've already got a couple on deck. I'm going to add some XRD because I love this chart right here. Very nice chart. It's just kind of hovering, just chilling right here, man. Look at this little sleeper. I think this is a sleeper. Very nice above about 5 cents flat. And especially if Mama Bear just stays above 40K, we're going to start seeing some pretty awesome rallies in the altcoin world. One my buddy actually just sent me the other day or earlier this morning was ARB. I haven't heard that name in a while. Let's go to it. Arbitrum. Nice chart here. And look at this kind of little hook pattern. And it hasn't really run that much relative to other coins. I mean, it's only up about 25% kind of from this breakout range. And it has really good structure. It's above the 200 and all these EMAs are sandwiched up. This actually looks really good above $1. And I just kind of forgot about this one because we were chatting about hunting altcoins earlier this morning in a little group I'm in. And this one came up. And so I wanted to mention it because I do think this is a pretty nice one here. Above $1, especially. Let's look at look at this too. This morning got dumped early in the morning, got dumped hard. Is this the shakeout to scare everybody? Maybe. For me, looks very good above $1, and I'll be nibbling on some of that after the stream. Back up to Charlie. Charlie's trying to get out. It kind of has like the Doge pattern, funny enough, since it is kind of cloned from that. Look at this. Yeah, man, I do not want Doge to close like this. That would suck. Like, what is going on? Come on. 9 cents is real. We've talked about the 9-cent level as being major resistance, and we've got confirmation on that just intraday today. So hopefully the bulls can get going on the Dogecoin. Not Doggy Coin. It's Dogecoin. All right, let's go to Ethereum Classic. Oh, wait, no, back to Charlie. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Oh, it really needs to clear this 73.5 level. You can kind of see it's lollygagging. But Litecoin will likely pump pretty good if Bitcoin stays above that 40K level. So, again, I think a lot of these altcoins have the potential to do some pretty nice tendy gains over the next month, probably, before and into Christmas. So just keep an eye out on those. And again, always watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts selling off and this candle turns into like a shooting star and goes back below 40 or something like that, that would actually be kind of nasty. And we might immediately go back and test this 38K level. And that would stall the altcoins a little bit. But as long as we're staying above 40, muy bueno. XRP, just kind of lollygagging, making a little big ass. Yeah, that's great English. A little big ass doji here, right in the middle of range. Still looks really good above ultimately 58, but shorter term, that 60 cent level. XLM's doing the same thing. It is its little brother. When Caleb left XRP to go create this guy, it still looks really good above, the upper 11 cent handle. That hasn't really changed. Again, you kind of go pick your flavor at this point with Mama Bear breaking out. It's kind of how I'm seeing it. Tron is actually struggling a lot to get over 12 cents, which is right in the middle of this box here. We got 3 attempts so far by the bulls with immediate rejections intraday. So that's pretty interesting. So, we could probably ratchet this box down a little bit, or maybe we'll just leave it because that's the upper end of the target. But the 12-cent range is no joke. So until we're above 12, maybe this is just a little stall action. And it still looks really good above 10, though. But, man, interesting new data that we've got over the last 5 days that 12 cents is mega resistance on Tron. Someone is Justin over there just dumping that shit whenever it gets there? Maybe. DOT. Oh, this is actually a pretty good, sexy chart here above like 530. Not bad. Riding the EMA. Obvious resistance here at this local high at about 570, 580 or so. Again, Mama Bear staying above 40. These things have a very high probability of breaking out. We even have the chrono cross here on the EMA. Is very sexy. ADA, man, ADA is actually already looking good. Gotten the float up pattern above 40. I'm sorry, above 39 cents. Looks very sexy. Let's go to the weekly. Man, and this one we were mentioning last week, it's one of the only altcoins that's comfortably above the 55 EMA. And by comfortably, I like 3 candles above open and close, which we do have. So is the target on this guy like 45 to 55? It does definitely look like that. There should be a good resistance spot right here on this little tweezer pattern at about 46 and change. But yeah, that does look like to be a target for ADA, especially as it floats above 38 cents. Link also kind of in a similar posturing here. Looks very good above about 15 flat. I mean, obviously this one's showing mega strength, upside strength. We're above the 200 on a weekly. We're getting these aggressively sloped back up after this really long consolidation for, almost 2 freaking years, which we talked about for way too damn long as it ping-ponged for forever. And if you don't know, this is actually a pretty perfect Wyckoff accumulation chart. You've got all the pingy-pongy action, and then you got the spring right here. This is noted as a spring. When it breaks, attempts to break the bottom of the range and comes right back up into it. That is pretty classic accumulation on the Wyckoff. That's a really good pattern to learn if you don't know about it. And that also comes in a distribution pattern as well, which is pretty much the opposite of this. So anyway, Link is a little too expensive for me. I don't know. A lot of people like it. It's still got the chart. It's just, maybe it's not that expensive. Maybe, hold on. Let me renege on that a little bit. It's just more. It's $15 shitcoin and it has 100% move already. But hey, it's riding this 21 like the Jesus man. So maybe the target here is $24, and with Bitcoin above 40, that does bode well for that setup. Just kind of like across the board here. EOS still looks like shit. It still can't get over. I mean, it's been looking like shit, to be fair. It's trying, I guess, something here. It is above, not quite chrono cross, still down slope on the 200. Above 73, probably gets us to 80, 84, something like that. Lots of resistance in the mid 80s on this guy. And just no momentum, man. There's no Momo anywhere. On any oscillators, just nothing. So this hasn't been my favorite one there. Bitcoin Cash, lovely pump. Oh, we even got a vol flash on Bitcoin Cash. Flash for cash on Saturday's close. Very nice. And immediately got follow through on that. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, I was also in the woods hiking and shit. But very nice, man. Obviously, you can see it's coming to resistance at all this level here. Lots of resistance around 250. We already know that. Can it get over that this week? If it can close above 250 this week, that would be pretty sexy and set us up maybe for an open and close above 250. And if that were to happen, man, I'd be looking for probably 280 to 300 would be the target on that. Another couple days, too, we will have the chrono cross with all the slopes up. Very nice chart on BCH. Also, BSV is looking pretty good. Everyone's favorite real Satoshi is looking sexy as hell above $48. Obvious resistance, kind of like looking left at this 50, low 50s. And we did get a lot of pumps on the open here. Let's zoom in, crack time frame it up. Oh, no, that was actually last night that it got that. Okay. So getting a little pump love, excitement from Bitcoin breaking out, but bears are still trying to slap it. Are they in disbelief? Possibly. Wow, XMR a little surprising selling off here. It is sitting right on the 21. So is this epic entry? Is this an epic entry spot? It might be, because even all the way down to the trend line is 420. Of course it is. What else would it be? So, and that's a real loose stop for me. I would kind of use this little swing low and these little top of this cluster at about 164 handle. So that's like less than 2%. XMR looking kind of attractive here, especially as it makes this really incremental higher high, coming down to already test the 21, maybe before continuation, which is very likely if Bitcoin again stays above 40K. So, man, XMR might be a sexy time. And you could argue, too, that this is an inverted head and shoulders. Look at that. Look at that, guys. What's the target on that? If that were to break out, about 185, roughly. Mid 180s. So, man, I might actually add some Monero off of that because the risk parameters on that are pretty sexy. Very nice. Zcash doing kind of the same thing, making a little higher high incrementally, kind of like a sloppier version of the inverted head and shoulders. That's forcing it a little bit, to be fair, but very nice candle on Saturday. This looks very good back above 30 bucks. This is what we want to see, as it was struggling, being a little bitch around 29. Now the bulls are saying, nah, we got this. And so in the same vein of XMR, and it's a little deeper. It's about 2.5 to 5.5%. But hey, those are tiny risk parameters when you're talking about crypto. 2 to 5% ain't shit in crypto. It does that all the time. And we could probably look for maybe around here, about 10. There should be some resistance there between about 34 and 37. Again, mid 30s. Lots of mid resistances here. Dash. At this point, though, man, you can kind of pick your flavor, like I said earlier in the stream, above Bitcoin above 40K. I mean, it's going to start getting some excitement across the board. Let's make sure it closes above that shit, though, in the next couple days. By Wednesday, into Wednesday, I'm hoping that all those days are still above 40. It'll be very sexy for the bulls. 31.5 looks very good. Excuse me. 31.5 looks very good. Target on that is about 40, 42 bucks. It's 42, actually. We're just going to make it 42 because that's the only thing that matters is meme power. Doji Poo. Yeah, trying to get over there. We kind of did this a little bit earlier. So 9 cents is real. The resistance up there is super serial. Let's go to the weekly. Man, it's above its 55. One of the few altcoins that has 3 open and closes above it. Man, now actually looking at this looks very sexy. This looks better than ADAs because these candle structures are a lot better. You got a couple dojis, which is expected when you're coming out of a bear market for the last couple years. So there's always a little bit of hesitancy breaking out of major moving averages. And now, though, look at this last week that closed last night is engulfing the prior 2 weeks. So now we have 3 opening closes above the 55, looking pretty sexy. This is a pretty damn nice chart above about 8 flat on the weekly. And on the daily, it's also exactly 8 flat. So y'all know we love Doge here on the show. It's Doge rules for sure. Meme power all the way. Doge will never die, right? Memes have to die for Doge to die, and I think we can all agree that that ain't happening anytime soon. And, okay, so the monthly does have a little bit of resistance here. Again, is it right at 9 too? Yeah, it is. How funny. A little bit lower, actually, like 8.8. But man, above that, if this monthly can close up and look a little sexy, that's the only time frame that's not super bullish yet. All the other time frames though look very good. STX is over $1, not a surprise. You know, after this one got back over here, that was our target, was a buck. So here we are. Now what happens? I don't know. Let's pull a fib on this little local high real quick. It looks like it's a 786. Yeah, it is. So we got a little resistance here at about 115. The low ones to retest, like the breakout zone between like 80 and 90. Maybe if the bulls are real strong, they won't even let it go below $1. Could definitely see that. Let's go back to the weekly. Make this a little cleaner. We don't have enough candles to populate the 200 MA yet, but man, all the oscillators on this look very good. Would like to see volume pick up a little bit, though. This is kind of lackluster bullshit volume right now. That's for sure. On the daily, it looks a little bit better, so we finally have a little bit creeping up today, but on the weekly chart, it's a little weak. It's weak on the weekly? Damn, that's confusing. But man, above 80, mid 80s to $1. Well, hold on. Because we're already just barely over $1. No, we're going to say about 85. Above 85, this looks really good because it is pretty far away from the 21. But man, very bullish chart. One of the better looking ones. Faux show. True. Oh man, look at this flag right here. This is a pretty nice little flag. Looks very good above 5.4. This could be a potential good one for playing catch up to Mama Bear. That's kind of the theme of this video. If you haven't noticed, I've mentioned it a few times. So playing catch up to Mama Bear looks really good above 52 cents. XRD, we already kind of touched on that one. I like this one a lot above 5 cents. V-Chain's breaking out. Lovely chart. Let's go, V-Chain. 2.5 is the next resistance level. Looks very good above 2.2 now. Sexy, sexy time, man. Let's see here. Let's see. Give me one sec. Let's see. H Trader 001. Thanks for the follow, bud. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh yeah, Adam. Very nice too. I mean, all these charts, y'all already know they look pretty much the same. There's like 80% of them look like this, and then there's a couple outliers. That's pretty much how it's working. Oh man, beautiful. Above 69. We're back above that 69 level. So Osmos 69 entry. We got about a 420. Get the shit out of here. Above 69, 420 risk. I mean, does it get any better than that, y'all? Come on. Dollar is the target on this. Longer term. Short term, there is this little kind of cluster F right here. You can see all these, like where I'm holding my cursor. There's a lot of touches on this. Hold on, let me go to the weekly to kind of make this a little cleaner. Yeah, you can see like right around here, like the mid upper 80s is definitely a good resistance spot. So I would expect a little bit of stalling there, but ultimately about $1, nice round number, will be the target on that. TON is actually printing a couple of vol flashes over the weekend. Very interesting. Telegram about to get it in as it's just ping-ponging right under major resistance. If Bitcoin stays above 40K, I would answer yes to that. I don't have any TON right now. Maybe I'll add a little bit, though. Looks very good above 230. Very sexy time. And with the vol flash, it's right around the corner. All right, Matic. Matic is looking pretty damn good. I think I'm going to re-enter this one now that we've come off this little cluster here with the stop probably at about 75, 78, somewhere in there. I do think Matic. Whoa, holy shit. Look at this volume on Matic today. What the? Is that like the most volume? That looks like one of the bigger ones. And since the bear market, obviously, it's not going to beat all this shit over here because Matic's been around for a hot minute. But man, it's actually the most volume since this cluster way over here in the early summer of 2022. So a year and a half or so, we have a large volume spike. Hey, that's super sexy. Yep, I'm definitely adding this after the stream today, for sure. because Matic with the not ordinal, sorry, Matic with the Nike, and who else uses them? I think it's DraftKings, which they make 5% of their revenue off of. Pretty crazy. Anyway, yeah, Matic, nice. That's one of the. I'm definitely adding some to that later. Oh snap! Traditional markets. What is happening? They're getting slapped. Still fine above 4,500 though. Y'all know that. But almost to this little swing high right over here at about 46 flat, roughly. Looks like we went right to that pretty much. Yeah, right to 4606, 4607 to be exact. But man, if it closes like that, that would be a seller or a buyer shutoff pattern. And that might be a little stall action. We have to wait for a little bit for continuation, which we were kind of looking for last week off of this vol flashes. We were saying, man, when you get those at the top of ranges out of a big move, a lot of times those can be counter trend. So, yeah, I mean, the weekly is probably, we don't need to look at that. We can look at the monthly, though. Let's look at that. Man, beast mode monthly closed nicely above 45, too. So that's super sexy. So just a little lower time frame, kind of bearishness. And that, bearish might be even a strong word because it hasn't even touched a 21 in a while. It's time to just take a little breather and maybe build this chart out a little bit better. Remember, you never just want to go straight up because then you can easily and more likely will go straight down in a round trip type fashion. So above 45 still looks really good. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, man, we're getting a little deep retrace, a little short-term support at 45.50. So if you're kind of intra-week trading or doing a little swing trading, this could be a good buy spot, but under 45.50, though, it probably will go and test another 50 or so points lower. Oh, man, NASDAQ's off 2%. Ooh, right off of a doji. Actually, technically, this is a shooting star doji off of a vol flash. That's pretty funny. And getting a follow-through on that today. But look where we're stalling at. Dead to rights on the 21 EMA. Let's go to the monthly. Man, monthly looks so good, though. Look at this. It closed above these little swing local highs right here. Man, what's up? What's up, NASDAQians? Pretty good. This could just be a little retrace, and we're already here. Major support in the mid 15,000s, too, on the longer-term time frames. Dang. Man, look at this 200 and this trend line are literally merged together. That's funny. You don't see that too often. And long term, obviously, is the low 15,000 handle. But if even we lost this trend line right here, I would be a little concerned for doubles. All right. The Dow, man, it's stretched all the way up to this 36,000 level. That's almost, holy shit. That's like a new high almost. On a body close, is it? Man, it looks like it. Hold up. What's the open over here? 36,304. And the close is 36,303. Wow. Okay, so that's close enough. That is pretty much an equal high. Now, is this really vertical? Yes. It can't get much more vertical than that. Maybe Santa just came early and Santa's going to take a break and drink some eggnog and consolidate up here. But as long as it's building this chart above this swing high and this major horizontal of 35.7, very sexy chart. Very, very sexy chart. Man, lots of momentum for the bulls too. 40 on the DMI, RSI at 80. Man, that is a lot of Momo. And some people might be like, oh, well, 80 means it's overbought, which I absolutely loathe that term. Yes, sometimes it works, but a lot of times that's just showing lots of Momo. Man, we are in the forgotten zone on the bears, though. Look at this. 8 single digits. When was the last time we were down there? Like, I put more weight on this being, if you want to use those terms, overbought or oversold, which I do not like. I put more weight on that because it's like, dude, holy crap. You don't get down here often. Last time we were down here, funny enough, was at the end of 2018. Oh, no, sorry, end of 2017. My bad. Which, yeah, the Bears were completely asleep for that almost entire year's record low VIX occurred in that time frame too. So not too surprising. Are we about to have record low VIX for a while in the markets? I don't know. That would seem crazy, especially with how the yields are and all the inversions and stuff. But hey, anything can happen. Rut Dog putting a little doji today, right under major resistance of this head and shoulders pattern. Not surprising to stall out there. Ultimately, the target would be a 19. But if we start struggling here and lose 1850, yeah, we're probably just going to go retest the previous resistance. So, hey, which is not a bad thing. Monthly. Oh, what do we got here? Monthly. That's pretty sexy. I mean, that's an even engulfing, citing major support in this pretty much the 1700 handle. Very sexy right there for the Bulls, most definitely. And again, above 1820s looks very good. The DAX, is it continuing to move? Almost at highs. A little shy at the triple sixes or quad sixes, actually. The one concerning thing for the bulls in traditional markets right now is the VVIX, which we were noting last week that it was bouncing off of. Hold on, let's go to the daily so we can see that. We were noticing on Wednesday and earlier in the week, this was bouncing off that 80 level, and that was providing a little bit of concern for the bulls. That, maybe there's some selling pressure in the near future, which we're kind of getting a little bit today. Now, it's still below 100. Give me one sec. Now, it's still below 100, which is kind of the major pivot point for VVIX. And until we're above that, I'm not super concerned about big pullbacks, but it is noteworthy. We got to keep keeping an eye, double keeping an eye on this. And if it keeps creeping up, man, watch a lay. Oh, look, VIX is at 1420. Hell yeah. And look where it bounced off of. We were talking about this last week. Major support level at this 13.3 level. Level. I'm going to say it again, I guess. Been doing that a lot. It's a Monday thing, apparently. So that is like a really serious horizontal on VIX. So not surprisingly, it's kind of bouncing off there. Yes, TA does work on VIX too. I know a lot of people don't think that it does, but TA works on everything, man. It's pretty cool. Learn how to do it. It's great. Let's see here. CL, blah. What are you doing, oil? What is this garbage? We're just trickling down, getting worked by the 21 even highs. Are we about to make a lower low? If we do that and lose $73 on an open and close daily, I mean, that really opens a trap door to, really anywhere in the 60 handle. There is a little bit of support around like 66, 65, but pretty nasty there. So no geopolitical risk, apparently, that oil's pricing in. Uh-oh. It is deep retracing. All right, so now, is this breaking down or is this the ultimate buy zone is the question. Filled all these gaps. It's all looking good. And look where we're at, right in the middle of this huge cluster. So you can easily make the argument on both sides for that. Oh, it's technically breaking right here. But look where we are. We're retesting all of this business. For me, I would lean on the side of rebuying. This is a re-entry zone for longs because this is only the first day that it's actually breaching. And what do we preach on here all the time? Open and closes are important, not intraday price action because we're on a daily. I mean, if you're trading crack time frames, whatever, you can open and close 3 hours or something like that. Just like we were talking about with Bitcoin last week, where it was creeping up on the time frame, starting with the hour, then the 3 hour, then the 4 hour, then the 8 hour got it, then the daily. So that's good. That's what you want to see. So on the bearish side of this, if this does start doing the opposite of that, maybe we get the 3 hour creeping below 280. Then we get the daily creeping below that. Then we can be more concerned, but not on the first attempt. Usually you get some bounces off the first test in there. So, and you can see this 200 right here, the dotted gray line at about 266. That would be a major pivot point. Almost any price action below that warrants lower price action to 250, upper 240s. So potential trade coming up with Nat Gas. Bonds continuing to run. Wow, they got follow through on Friday. Well, that's interesting. Wow, even the 10-year really freaking ripping. Holy smokes. What's go to the weekly. Yeah, I mean, it's potentially can do an open and close above the weekly this week. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, look how far away we are. Monthly is still bearish as hell. Weekly's trying to flip it around, so you got to give credit to the bulls there where it's due. And then above 109 looks pretty decent. TMF reverse split today, so now it's $50 instead of whatever the hell it was, like 5 or something. Kind of interesting time to do that. That's kind of odd. I was not expecting them to do a reverse split, but I guess funds don't like to hold $5 stocks like giant funds. That's not really a thing they like to do because that's $5 and under is considered penny stock land. So that's probably a reverse split. Maybe it makes it a little bit more attractive. So now they can trap a bunch of people in this before it sells off again. No, I'm just kidding. Gold getting a little selling pressure. This, to be fair, is what the shit? 21.53. Holy crap. That must have happened last night. Yeah, on the open of the future. Wow, everyone was really excited. This is nasty, though. If it closes like this, that's gross. Damn, that kind of sucks for the bulls on gold. Outside of this single daily candle, if we just don't look at it, it looks super sexy above, 220 to 250-ish. Man, all right. What the hell, gold? I love the monthly open and close above range. It's obviously still long-term bullish. But, man, that is a gnarly daily candle. Bulls, you best defend this 220 level. We get back under there and this turns into a false breakout. Y'all already know what happens from false breakouts or false breakdowns. You get fast moves in the opposite direction to other side of range, which would be about 1930s or so, like lower 1900s. Man, so if we got back under 2K, I'd be looking for another quick $50 to $100 drop on that and maybe even 220. So interesting candle structure, though. That's something we definitely need to keep an eye on. That's nasty. Silver, same thing. Blech. What the hell? Just throwing up on itself. Hopefully, this is just a quick liquidation break to test, shorter-term moving averages because it did get a little bit excited last week. So interesting chart there. That's why it's very dangerous to buy highs, man. Like a lot of people FOMO in. Like my dad FOMO'd into Bitcoin the first big run up. He wouldn't buy it, wouldn't touch it below 1,000 or 5 or anything. And then it was 18.3, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm buying it now." I'm like, "You idiot." It's funny how psychology works like that, though. Anyway, moving on. Platinum didn't get over 950. Look at that, right to our horizontal. It is getting caught, though, at the 21, so maybe there's a trade building up here. But, right now, whatever. Oh, God, palladium, dude. Brutal. Gross. Getting worked by the 21. This chart sucks. I've not even cared about it below 1,100. Who cares? All right, let's go to Casey Lewis. Let's see what you're talking about. He's got Goody on here. Oh, not with a T, but with a Y, because, oh, shit, GoDaddy? What? I didn't even know GoDaddy was publicly traded. I should know that. Been freaking trading for a while, but just never really think of GoDaddy as a trade. What the shit? And no wonder. Look at this chart, dude. This garbage flat for 25% range for 2,000 days almost. Lame. Not so lame anymore, though. Very bullish above $90. Let's go to a monthly. Yep, 87 on the monthly. So, yeah, about upper 80s to 90 for major support. And this bitch has been running every day. Up, up, up. This needs a breather. I'm definitely not buying up here. Now, I would say, oh, man, it's 8% away from the EMA. It's still 8-9% away from the EMA. It has not stopped. Just absolute insane chart, dude. Holy crap. Let me just digest this for a second. Oh, what the hell? That's not the color I want. Why is it doing that? We don't want that color, man. We want the gray. I already got enough crap on here. There we go. That's the one we want. All right, 1626. Okay. Just wow. I am very impressed by this chart. I will not buy it up here though. Definitely not. And if I did trade this, if you held a gun to my head and made me, I would only like intraday trade this. I would be out by the close because one of these days we could just gap fill all the way down here. So let's see what you're talking about. Stop loss at 93. All right, so this is a little bit higher. Yeah, right at the gap. That's pretty good. I like that. And looking for 119. I mean, blue sky breakout. Yeah, I mean 119 definitely could be a target. Let's look at some fib. Let's pull fib off of this range here. And 103 is the 618. God dang, 137 is the 2618. And you're looking at 120. So, yeah, so that's kind of a little bit no man's land. I'm not exactly sure you derive some of your targets, but it's bullish until it ain't. I know that. As long as it keeps kind of riding this same structure, you almost have to use like a shorter term moving average. Looks like a 10, like an 8 or a 10 SMA would actually probably fit that perfectly. Let's look. Yeah, there you go. There's the 8. Sometimes I use that for short term trading, but especially when I'm streaming, I try to keep the chart as clean as possible because otherwise I just have like 83 million things on here. But yeah, it's pretty decent, and at least you have a fairly tight stop here. Although that is about 10% or so. So yeah, that's a tough one. I would probably wait for a pullback on this for a buy. But wow, amazing chart though overall. Pulte Group. Whoa, isn't this real estate? Yeah, don't they make the shitty houses? Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, they're making money though, so whatever. All right, Pulte. Let's go to the weekly. Is this all-time highs? Yes, it is. Or wait, hold on. Before I foot and mouth myself. Yes, it is. Since the 70s. Wow, what a chart. Bullish as hell above 85.50. Let's see. A couple gaps here though. It's a little gappy. So gaps do get filled. Now the timing on the gap fills is hard to say. And there's obviously nothing's 100% except you'll take losses, but sometimes they don't get filled. But I'd say 90% of gaps get filled. For me, trading this, I would stop out below this cluster at about 87. And, 100 could be a target on this. 100's a nice round number. What you got? He says stop at 80. So he's a little bit lower. Yeah, he's at the bottom. You're at the bottom of that gap. Yeah, it's a little. See, for me on this trade, if it went to 85 and started getting close to this gap, it's probably for sure going to go to 80 and fill it all the way. So, I don't know if that's necessary, but hey, obviously to each his own. And I know you know that. I'm just sharing my opinion. And looking for 112. So you're a little aggressive too on the upside. Oh, wait, sorry. Am I mixing that up? No. Okay. 112. Yeah, that's pretty aggressive up there. Let's pull a fib. Let's see what the fib tells us. Man, look at that. 100. Shit. Right on the money for the 168. There's going to be a lot of resistance at 100, man. And then you've got 127 as the 2618. Yeah, so for me, I actually like the trade. For me, I would trade it with a stop in the mid 80s, and I would be looking for like 100 is kind of how I would play that. But man, there's not much real estate that's at all-time highs. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to pull up the real estate chart now, or my list, I should say, because what, dude? Yeah, it's on my list right here. There it is. Let's go look at Wow, okay, a lot of what the hell? All right. Damn, they've rallied hard in the month of November. Very, very surprising. Huh. Well, all of them. Okay. I'm going to have to chew on that a little bit. Maybe on that. What is IYR at? Yeah, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Nice mention there. All right, let's go to ARC F. What is this? Is this Okay, FinTech. Oh yeah, FinTech's got to go. looking good. All right, this one's not at all-time highs, so a little different. Um, let's see. Looks good, making higher highs, higher lows. Like it. Mega long-term supported about 21. Shorter term, let's zoom in a little bit. This little cluster here I'd be using, so about 22, like the 23 handle pretty much. What you got? Yep, right in the middle. Perfect. 2350. 26 is your target. Let's zoom out just a tad, just a little C hair. Let's get out just a C hair. Mega resistance at 31 handle, and you're looking for 2684. That's a pretty reasonable assessment there. That's probably my favorite one as far as risk and reward that you've posted so far. It is very vertical, though. November just freaking real estate and fintech, I guess. We're just saying, suck it, Bears. Yeah, but I like that setup a lot. That's easy peasy, easy management. That's lemon squeezy stuff right there. Very nice. AFRM, I mean. Oh, man, I think we did this one last week. You're getting continuation and follow through. Very nice, brother. Wait, long entry at 39.90 or 39.39. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely not buy that one. This is my least favorite one already. I can already tell. Yeah, I'm not buying this double top test or the first test of it. I would be interested though in potential retesting this like 27-ish area, 20, like the upper 20s area, kind of depending on how it acted and how much longer it stays up here, depending where these short-term moving averages are. But just off of structure alone, yeah, that upper 20s looks fairly decent. Yeah, and just where your stop is, that's fairly good. That's a really aggressive trade, man. $55. That might be one of the more aggressive ones I've seen you make. That one's my least favorite, though, out of all the ones. 55 is a decent target, though, if the Bulls really wanted to take it, because you're at the bottom, all this cluster, kind of this little ping pong in here, and then this little rejection here at about $52. So it's not a bad target zone. I just don't like buying right at literally the previous all-time high. That's not my favorite. I would have been more akin to buying right here on this test and it clustering right above this swing high at 24. That looks a lot better. But now some of this move is played out, and I would be looking for a little bit of consolidation. Maybe it just does this, flags out. That'd be fine. But it's looking a little pokey right now, if you will. All right, that's it. I have done. Oh, actually, I haven't done even an hour yet. Nice. That's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Not too shabby. All right, let's go to the blockchain stonks. And of course, they're up, 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 up. Looks good, except for Hut. Hut's getting demolished. Lame. They did a freaking split today, 1-5. And I don't know why they did that, but the market doesn't like it. It's confused. Is this a buying opportunity maybe for Hut? I don't know. It's like out of all the Bitcoin excitingness, it's not doing shit. So the split is ruining the tendies, bro. What is wrong with this? Everything else though is running good. I mean, whoa, but hold on though. Hold up. Some of them have already given up all their gains from this morning. Interesting. Is this getting a little too hyped? Nice. Byron still. Yeah, look, it even gave up. I took all mine off on Friday. I had long overstock on this, but they switched to Beyond because they like merged or whatever, Bed Bath and Beyond and overstock. Interesting though. A lot of stuff's been getting faded on this pump. People taking profits on this shit is what that's showing me. Let's go to our index. Minor index. Yeah. Even here too, same thing. Let's go to crack time frames because this is interesting to me that we're getting some fading today. Yeah, just pump, indecision, roll over. I'm real curious how these dailies are going to close. Huh. All right. Oh, look at Coors. Coors rallying off of the green box. but it's rallied right to the 21. Still not really going to touch this one. I still I didn't read anything again this weekend, so that's 2 weekends in a row that I skipped. Whatever. It's kind of in the hole right now anyway. So, big deal. Yeah, kind of surprising. A lot of these are giving up all their gains. Look at this. Look at that. All the way up to 170, and it already gave up the entire day's gain. Okay. 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 I see y'all. I see y'all out there. Let's see. Anything cool over here? Neo, trash. Carbon, trash. Oh, IPOs. Are we about to go to the IPO SPAC trend again soon? My God, that was so crazy. If you all remember that from the last bull run. DoorDash looking good. Wow, DoorDash looks really good. Still above $92, man. Very sexy basing pattern here. Man, yeah, actually really good chart above like $90. Wow. Fucking DoorDash. All right. I'm going to wrap this biatch up. Got to get to work and do some things. So, getting faded though, man. Bitcoin Mama Bear is getting faded a little bit. We don't want to see shooting stars across the board today. That's one thing we don't want to see. So if we can avert that, then it's probably all good in the hood. We still got 7-8 hours for that, so we got plenty of time for anything to happen. But there is some stuff getting faded already before lunchtime. See if it picks up after lunch. Very interesting though. Overall, lovely long-term charts. The Bears got a lot of work to do if they want to take back momentum, and I don't see any of that in the cards at the moment. One thing I do want to look at before we sign off here is where is it? Hold up. The hash ribbon chart. I want to look at this, and then there's one more chart I want to pull up. Actually, it's an indicator. Man, look at this. It went by, and it was a little early. So this is probably one of the earlier ones, but whatever. 8%, big deal. Gave you a better opportunity positioning wise because it never crossed back red. This is actually a really good indicator. It's also free. Never crossed back red, so super sexy. And the one thing I did want to share was actually the pie indicator. If y'all remember that, you probably don't, because it was only talked about for a brief moment in time. Wait, what? Oh shit. Okay, it's because I'm like, what the hell's going on? This isn't the right chart. It's only came on for a brief moment of time, and no one believed it when it printed cycle top right here. Literally was the top. Yeah, I know it went to 69,000, but that was a big freaking trap, dude. Huge bull trap. And I just wanted to see kind of where the trajectory of the top line is on this, and so that's what we're gonna do right now. And you have to zoom way far out. It's this blue line I'm looking for. It's usually way stupid high. Oh, here it is. Still got an upward slope, so that's cool. And really what we're looking for is this freaking valley of death kind of pattern to start like sloping down. And if you go watch my videos from earlier March, I explain a lot of this in detail. So feel free to go over there and browse around and maybe do some transcript searches on the video. And you can kind of check out probably closer to like March, like the latter half of March. I was talking about it a lot in the beginning of April, but no signs there yet. So that's cool. All right, guys, much love. Bitcoin stay above 40K. I mean, ultimately, it really can test back down to, hold up. Oh my God, this chart. What is going on? I got too much shit on there. Hold up. Really can come back even down to like, 38, but previous resistance needs to be support now. Back below 38 turns into false breakout. We do not want to see that from doubles. That would be very shitty of them to do that. It'd be shitty bull action. But right now, looking very sexy. And obviously Ethereum, kind of same boat. Stay above that 2100 level. Looks good on the shorter term. Also spiking here. Getting a lot of sell pressure today. A lot of profit taking, which is to be expected, to be fair. Except in Stacks. Stacks is saying suck all the dicks. Suck all the bearish dicks. Rally time, 3,000. All right, guys. Much love. I'll see y'all guys Wednesday. And we should have a lot to talk about again then, too. So y'all have an awesome Monday. Have a great start of your week. This is No Noise. I am Z Rex. Peace.